Okay, this is silver. That's the daily scale of silver. Silver is looking down. I could be wrong, but I think silver is looking down. Silver is looking to give us that C. Do you remember our assumption here that that's an A? It's engaged now in tracing that B. When the B is down, silver is going to plunge. Silver is going to plunge, and optimistic point of view is telling us that that's going to be potentially the last leg in an A, B, C, D, E, and that could send silver going back above 21. I must say, I don't think it's very likely. I think that the opposite is likely, that in fact gold and silver are locked in a really very bearish pattern. And when you examine major gold producers, major silver producers, I have a few of those companies later on in this long video. When you examine the long-term patterns, you see that they are pointing decidedly down. Some of them are breaking some serious support levels. So I don't think that the bullish case has the upper end, but you never know. I could be wrong. Things could twist around. But what I'm telling you, as I see evidence on the ground right now, the bear is in command. The bear is in command. And let's examine now the 60 minutes. Here's the slide first leg. You see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your A, B, C, X, A, B, C. That's your A. That's an A, that's a B, that's a C, that's your B. Okay, that looks pretty straightforward, I think. Right here. Okay, that's your A. That's a complex triangle. That's your B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives you a C. Right here. That gives you a C, which gives you the B. A, B, C. That gives you a B. So you have your A, you have your B, you have this as an A, B, C. Okay, so that gives you the C, and look at the plunge. I was calling for a slight rise here to be followed with a big drop, and I actually had the A, B, C, D, E labelings set out here. And it appears to be following this script. So I'm not going to change anything. I think that if you are following silver very short term, look what I would suggest you do. Yeah, I think it's going to give us that E, but I want you to focus on this level, because this level now becomes an important level. That's 1725. And this level remains critical. Right here, it's 1658. Okay, what I think is going to happen is going to spend a bit of time doing this. Essentially finishing the triangle B, and when it's ready, we're going to have a big drop. A big drop. Silver is going to drop under 16.3. It's going to drop like a stone. That's the idea. That's the 60 minutes. Here's gold. Gold is also under pressure, and I think that it is also preparing to complete that B. Okay, we had our A coming down on the daily scale. We have our B, sideways price action, and I'm looking for that C. What you see on the screen is actually a bullish interpretation, again, that I think is unlikely, but it's right there. This is the alternative. We are seeing A going up, then we have an A, B, C, potentially D, E still waiting on the horizon there. That will complete a B that will send gold absolutely soaring. Okay, that is the bullish alternative. Let's have a look at the 60 minutes. And again, the slide here is taken as the first leg. And what you see here is almost certainly a B. Yeah, that's my A. That's an A. That's a B. That's a C. That's a D. We need that E leg. That'll terminate our B and send it plunging. Okay, there could be a bit of prolongation here, but in essence, the pattern is pretty much following the same pattern we discussed in the case of silver. Very negative. Yeah, if you ask me, this is pretty negative. It is looking down. Look how it dropped on Friday. We had these good figures in the US, employment figures. It just plunged. This is definitely corrective. The whole bunch of things that you see is a whole bunch of ABC, etc. This is also corrective. That's an ABC almost certainly. There's no doubt in my mind. Zero doubt. Zero doubt this is an ABC. And that's negative because it's an ABC. The main trend is assumed to be down. And that is probably an ABC. If it plunges through this level, that's news. Okay, 1262, 1262. If it does it straight away, that's quite possibly telling us that that's the end of the correction, or perhaps it ended there, you know, and we are supposed to take this as diagonal first. But that is an important level for you to watch, and that is also an important level for you to watch on the upside here, 1284. And that's what I think is going to happen. In fact, you see my arrows, they do not date from today. I was projecting that it'll plunge. It just followed the script. And I think that it might come back and just go sideways perhaps for a few sessions. And when it terminates the B, you better watch. There is going to be quite a plunge. There is going to be quite a plunge. And that plunge is going to relate to this. Do you see? It's going to relate to this. You got your first leg, second, meaning that's your first element. That is the B, and the C is going to relate to the first element. So it's going to go easily towards 1200. Yeah, 1200. Take this into account. Here's the chart of GLD. That's the daily. The GLD chart here is showing the bearish alternative. And the bearish alternative is, I must say, is not fun. It is not going to be fun for those who like gold and silver, but it's going to be fun for traders who take advantage whichever side the market is taking. They just go with the trend, and the trend here is likely, the bearish trend is likely to resume. If I'm reading it right, that is your A, ABC that's an A, ABC that's your B, ABC that's your C. ABC will deliver the D, and we're talking about 2-3 months still of going sideways here before the big plunge C will get underway. This market is not ready to plunge right away, so it could stay a relatively quiet market, boring market to some, okay, until we get all the legs in, and then the big drop. Here's the 60 minutes. 60 minutes, exactly the same scenario. That's your A. What's happening here is a B, okay, that does not appear to be complete, to be followed later on by a sharp C, and that is still part of that triangle that is evolving here. Back to the daily, okay, so we finish the B, we go down for that C, we bounce back. I want to give you the monthly scale here quickly. And the assumption very long term is that we are basically looking for this. So that's going to be terribly disappointing for the gold bugs, for people who like investing in gold and silver. But the only consolation that I have for you, if you can take the long-term view, is that after we get this C, gold is going to go nuts, is going to go and perhaps even go to the moon, go above this level. What is certain, there is going to be a lot of very bullish price action here. It's not going to do this. Very unlikely. It's not going to become boring market stuck at 60 or 70 here on the GLD. It's going to absolutely explode. So yeah, we may have to see through maybe a year or two of pain to finish this massive ABC pattern. But the big bull will come back. So for those who are patient, there could be some fantastic buying time on the horizon. That could be actually a lifetime opportunity, buying it around here. It's absolutely going to take off.